the U.S. airstrikes in the Middle East. U.S. Central Command saying more than 85 targets in 7 locations were hit, all in response to the drone attack that killed 3 Americans. This is new aftermath video coming in from overnight. ABC's Marcus Moore joins us with the latest from Jordan. Marcus, good morning.
Well, Whit, good morning. U.S. officials say this retaliation is meant to send a message to Iranian-backed militants without escalating the situation here. But more strikes are expected, and this region is bracing for what's next.
Overnight, the U.S. following through on its promise, launching strikes against Iranian-backed militant groups. Officials say they hit 85 targets at 7 different locations inside Iraq and Syria. These images showing the destruction. Iraqi officials say 16 people were killed and more than 25 hurt. In a statement, U.S. Central Command said the targets included command and control operations centers, rockets, missiles, and drone storage facilities that belong to the militant groups and Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps.
We believe that the strikes were successful.
The strikes, retaliation for the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members at Tower 22 in northeastern Jordan on January 28th. The reservist bodies returned to the U.S. Friday in a solemn ceremony attended by President Biden and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. The 3 service members, part of the Army's 718th Engineer Company. Officials say the strikes overnight are just the start of a wave of retaliation meant to send a message and reduce the militant group's capabilities to launch attacks. The strikes adding to fears of a wider regional conflict. Iraq's armed forces releasing a statement saying the strikes are a violation of the country's sovereignty and they threaten the security and stability across the region.
And there is a clear sense this morning from the reaction that's coming overnight that a concern about this war spreading has only increased. And I think it's really important to remember what is fueling a lot of this, and that's the war in Gaza. And the belief here is that as long as it continues, that stability in the region remains at risk. Whit.
Marcus Moore for us. Thank you. And for the latest on what the Biden administration is saying and how they're responding, let's go to senior White House correspondent Selena Wang with more on that. Selena, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Whit. The White House is saying those strikes in Iraq and Syria were successful, but makes clear that this is just the beginning with more strikes in the coming days. U.S. officials say the barrage has degraded, damaged the capabilities of these Iranian-backed militias, hitting targets they say were clearly connected to the attacks on U.S. forces in the region. The U.S. officials also add that the targets were chosen to avoid civilian casualties. Now, this was an extremely difficult decision for the president to make. He's been laser focused on containing this crisis, but so far the U.S. response has failed to stop the more than 160 attacks on U.S. troops in the region. Then when 3 U.S. troops were killed in that deadly drone attack last weekend, that crossed a line. Now, after these retaliatory strikes, the president said the United States does not seek conflict in the Middle East or anywhere else in the world, but let all those who might seek to do us harm know this: if you harm an American, we will respond. The White House emphasizing that the goal here is to stop those attacks, not to start a war with Iran. But the big question in the coming days and weeks is, does the president achieve that goal of striking the balance of deterrence without escalation? Gio?
A tense situation around the world. Selena Wang, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.